Welcome to New Sky TV videos. Today I would like to introduce to you gentle stories about love and sweet moments of famous people. Xiao Zhan took the dumbest road, and the hot search of celebrities became the top of the collapse list. In the noisy entertainment industry, Xiao Zhan chose the stupidest road, not competing for hot searches, not hyping topics, and only focusing on polishing works. He used time to prove that a real star does not rely on temporary popularity, but on a lifetime of perseverance. From the Untamed to Yu-Gi-Oh!, those carefully crafted characters are the ones that can retain the audience's long-term memory. Whenever it's late at night, there will always be someone secretly looking back at the other side of the screen. Maybe it's a celebrity scandal, maybe it's a traffic star that suddenly became popular. This entertainment industry is like a carousel that never stops, dizzy, as if no one can stabilize it. You will find that in recent years, the so-called collapse incidents have become more and more common. Every year, about 30% of the top stars have encountered a crisis at some point in time, whether it's cheating, plagiarism, or some inadvertent verbal mistakes, all of which can instantly blow the fans' momentum accumulated overnight. But Xiao Zhan, in this invisible storm, took another path that is the dumbest and most reliable. Other celebrities are like chicken blood, brushing hot searches everywhere, making official announcements and posting dynamics at every turn, or attending various announcements, for fear of being forgotten. It seems to be thriving, but do you know? Once the hot searches disappear, all that is left for fans is a mess of gossip and a bunch of trivial matters without a beginning or an end. What about Xiao Zhan? He has not shown up for half a year, has not posted a Weibo, and has not filmed an advertisement. Fans are almost dying of anxiety, and the backstage is still analyzing, is he in trouble? As a result, he is like a hermit, hiding in a corner to recuperate. The studio is lazy, and the scripts arranged for him are slow. Filming. Good, he likes carefully crafted plays, like The Sea and the Dream, he goes all out. Some people say he is stupid and can't understand why he wants to hide from the limelight like this. To be honest, this circle is too impetuous. You see, after a while, it may suddenly become silent. That hot search is actually like a double-edged sword, which can hurt you if you are not careful. And Xiao Zhan knows this. The 2023 Yu-Gi-Oh! Did not promote hard, but relied on word of mouth, and it naturally became popular, with the number of views exceeding 1 billion. To be honest, this plot is more resistant to the test than those traffic works that became popular overnight. The Untamed was very popular at that time, and many fans followed the trend and chased the popularity, but in the long river of time, those hot searches atop the list became bubbles in an instant. Look at him again, facing rumors. He never argues, does not respond, and does not give any room for hype. Some people say that he is too low-key and not intense enough. But his approach is particularly sober in the noisy torrent in the seemingly prosperous but fragile entertainment industry. The most precious thing is never the temporary popularity, but the vitality of the work. He even used the skills of public relations to tell us, no need to respond fiercely, use time to calm all the waves, this is the most solid backstage. Time is more powerful than any company strategy. For Xiao Zhan, acting is not a hype, but a profession, a craft. It is not a commodity that only needs to be hyped, but a work of art that is truly polished with heart. You see, he entered the Sea of Dreams in a low-key manner, and Reuters only saw him polishing every action and every scene by hand, without any exaggeration. That kind of common serious attitude, on the contrary, in this era when the traffic bubble is punctured and everything is scattered, it is even more scarce and noble. Isn't it strange? While everyone is desperately trying to get on the hot search, constantly creating topics and throwing out traffic bombs, he is walking steadily on his own life path in a clumsy way. Who would have thought that this persistence of not pursuing a short-term burst has become the most rare quality today? Because you will find that what really retains the audience is never the noise at that time, but those works that are carefully polished and not surprised by praise or criticism. From this perspective, Xiao Zhan did not take the wrong path. Perhaps the stupidest path he took is the real smartness. Those stars who are only busy with hot searches and chasing popularity will eventually find that time will wipe out all the vanity. The only thing that can really touch people's hearts is the long-term memory built up by works. And these are the avenues leading to real stars not relying on temporary popularity, but relying on a lifetime of perseverance. This is his dumbest, but most wise choice on July 2nd. Lemme Stone Crystal Flooring officially announced that Xiao Zhan became its global spokesperson, and this news instantly became a hot topic. Lemme Flooring, a high-end brand originating from Sweden, can it further open up the Chinese market with the influence of Xiao Zhan? And how will Xiao Zhan take his global endorsement to a new height? All this seems to be a simple business alliance, but it hides a bigger story and conflict. As soon as the news of Xiao Zhan's endorsement came out, fans were excited, but there were also doubts on the other side. Some people think that as an actor, Xiao Zhan should focus on his work instead of frequently participating in commercial endorsements. Others have suggested that although Lemme Flooring is an international brand, it is not well known in the Chinese market. Is it worthy of a top star like Xiao Zhan to endorse it? Supporters cite Lemme's environmental protection concepts and high-end quality as reasons, believing that this is a strong alliance. Opponents question whether this is just a superficial hype, and whether the actual benefits can match the fame of the two. This conflict makes things intriguing. The bigger suspense is whether Xiao Zhan can complete a real cultural bridge endorsement, not just a handsome silhouette in the commercial. A careful study of the Lemme brand shows that it is indeed a hardcore player. Lemme Flooring originated in Sweden, focusing on environmental protection and technology, with the characteristics of fast heat conduction, no deformation, scratch resistance and wear resistance, and has more than 4,000 stores worldwide. Although it is a big name in the European market, its recognition in China is far less than that of other imported brands. As a top star in China, Xiao Zhan has a huge fan base and influence across age groups. From idol dramas to big male lead dramas, his works have received high traffic attention, and he has also achieved remarkable results in endorsing international brands such as Estée Lauder. The cooperation between the two seems to be a matter of course, but for ordinary consumers, can the luxury of flooring, a home improvement product, really impress them? Some netizens said, Xiao Zhan endorses flooring, can he also help us solve the decoration budget problem? These voices reveal the actual needs of consumers for brands, and also reflect the challenges of endorsements. Things are far from as simple as they seem. Although Xiao Zhan's endorsement won the support of fans, there was some false calm on social media. The voices of supporters seemed to suppress those doubts, but the undercurrent of opposing views still existed. Some industry insiders expressed concerns that as a professional product in the field of home improvement, could Xiao Zhan's influence be directly converted into purchasing power? Flooring is not like cosmetics or clothing. It relies more on the actual needs of consumers rather than impulse consumption. For Lemme, the significance of this endorsement is more like an attempt to upgrade the brand rather than a steady market expansion. If Chinese consumers cannot truly accept this high-end flooring concept, then this endorsement may only be a flash in the pan, just as the discussions on all sides gradually subsided. Xiao Zhan's fan culture quietly became the secret weapon of the Lemme brand. Some fans began to actively study Lemme flooring products and even shared their experience on decoration forums. From the data, Lemme's search volume has increased significantly after Xiao Zhan's official announcement. The hidden truth behind this is that Xiao Zhan is not only a star, but also a cultural phenomenon. The participation of fans has given the brand a new communication path, which is exactly what Lemme had previously lacked in the Chinese market. Can this fan effect stand the test of the long term? As a global spokesperson, Xiao Zhan also needs to prove on the international stage whether his influence can transcend geographical and cultural boundaries. When the conflict intensified to the peak, we found that this was not just an endorsement cooperation, but also a collision of Eastern and Western brands and cultures. Over time, Xiao Zhan's endorsement seems to have gradually returned from the highlight moment to the fading stage. Lemme's brand awareness in the Chinese market has indeed increased, but as a relatively low-frequency consumer product, flooring cannot form a market response as quickly as cosmetics. In addition, Xiao Zhan's acting career has also ushered in new challenges. The success of Legend of the Kanghe has certainly allowed him to gain a firm foothold in the film and television industry, but it has also brought higher market expectations and stricter industry judgments. For Lemme, although this endorsement has brought a certain amount of brand exposure, whether it can be transformed into lasting market recognition needs further observation. Just when all parties thought that the matter had been settled, unexpected obstacles quietly emerged. Some voices that were critical of global brand cooperation began to ferment, believing that Xiao Zhan's endorsement might be overinterpreted as pure commercial behavior. This disagreement has complicated the seemingly stable situation again. On the surface, Xiao Zhan's endorsement seems perfect, a top star and an international brand, a strong combination, why not? But a closer look shows that this cooperation seems a bit glamorous and fragile. The combination of Leme Flooring's high-end positioning and Xiao Zhan's traffic effect may bring market heat in the short term, but in the long run, the special attributes of consumer goods such as flooring determine that its promotion is much more difficult than other fields. Although Xiao Zhan has once again demonstrated his commercial value, it is also worth thinking about whether his acting career will be affected. Perhaps the real test for Xiao Zhan is not the short-term effect of this endorsement, but how to continue to balance business and art in the future and create a more profound celebrity image. Xiao Zhan's endorsement has opened a window for Leme Flooring in the Chinese market, but the question is, can this window really become a door? Do you think Chinese consumers will pay for a floor endorsed by a celebrity? Or is this just another superficial cooperation between the brand and traffic, and the actual effect is questionable? Let's talk about it in the comments section.